This year is entitled Mez on Shabbos number 10. Cooking a goy. Can a goy cook for a Jew who's sick on Shabbat? That's the question. So listen to this. Person's in bed and he's no for the mishkaf. So as we learned, there's two serious satirim that we learned so far. Number one, he can take medicine. Number two, he can ask a guy to do malacha for you. So what if he's sick in bed and he needs the old Jewish cure? Good chicken soup, and there's no chicken soup available. There's none at all, or it's in the freezer, it needs to be heated up. Can you say to the guy, please heat up the chicken soup that's in the freezer? Or please cook, I'll tell you how to cook chicken soup. It's an interesting question. So based on what we learned earlier in the previous year, number 9, you can ask him to do malacha. So can you even ask him to do bishul? The answer is yes. Siman Shin Chav Ches in the Shulchan if Yud Tes says he can. But wait a second. When a guy cooks for you, you can't eat the food because it's bishul akum. So the Mishnah says, commenting on Sif Yotet, that the Isser to eat bishul akum was waived in the case of a chola on Shabbat, where a Jew cannot do the cooking. They allowed the guy to do the cooking, and they waived the Isser of bishul akum, and therefore on Shabbat you can eat that food. After Shabbat you cannot eat anymore. Why? The exact same chicken soup that was permissible on Shabbat is now asur, because you could go ahead and make it yourself. It was a heter just during Shabbat. It's a fascinating idea that this exact food that's mutter, you make havdalah, it becomes asur. It's fascinating. And another question Mishnah takes up is, what about the kli, the pot? So do you say the pot becomes asur when you cook bishul akum? When a guy cooks in a Jew's house, it's a serious problem of bishul akum. The food is asur, and so is the pot, according to many shitot. So maybe the pot should be asur as well. Mishnah says here, maybe yes, maybe at first he says it's asur, the pot is asur. Of course, there was a one-time heter just for Shabbat, but after Shabbat the food is asur, and so is the pot. Mishnah says there are those who are lenient. If this would ever happen to a person, in this case, would have to cook on Shabbat, a guy would have to cook, they'd have to ask the Rav how he paskins in such a case. But the act of cooking is permissible based on the rule that a guy could do malacha for someone who's sick, and the person can eat that food on Shabbat. Shabbat.